Hey you guys, welcome back to NEMT Van Talks. I'm Jasmine.
And I'm Monica.
And today we're going to talk about dispatching software for your NEMT business. So we're just going to name a few dispatching softwares that we actually demoed when we first started out. I'm sure there's tons of
others,
new up and coming dispatch softwares, especially since the industry is growing.
So we have MediRoutes, Route Genie, Routing Box, WellRide, which is offered by Motive Care.
WellRide, they partnered with Motive Care?
Yes. So if you are contracted with Motive Care, you can get WellRide through them for free of charge, only if you're working with them. However, if you're working with other brokers as well, I think there's a small fee associated with that. But the good thing about that platform will cover all of the brokers. You can use that one platform to...
If it's major brokers.
Yes.
Major brokers. So like your MTM. Motive Care, Secure.
Okay,
just to name a few. Oh, okay. All right, well that's good to know. Also, if you are a small business with one or two vehicles, sometimes the routing software is not even necessary.
No, it's not.
You may be able to just utilize Google Sheets, Google Calendars to keep track of your rides. Some of the benefits with having a routing software would include...
So it will schedule and coordinate all of your trips for your drivers, and so your driver will have an app on their cell phone where they can just click that little app every single day. Your dispatcher can coordinate all the trips, and so that's really convenient.
Yeah, so in the app, from a dispatcher point of view, they can actually upload all of those trips. Let's just say Motive Care. They can upload all of the Motive Care trips into the system, or if it's MTM, they can upload all of those trips into the system, and then they can dispatch them to a driver or a particular vehicle. Now, I do know they have like advanced features where they can actually coordinate the route.
Yeah.
Which is nice,
right?
But that's a higher cost.
And also on these different features as well, like your dispatcher can see the where the vehicle is located on a map. So while you're transporting, you can log into the system and you can see where each vehicle is located at, which is also a great feature to have as well.
It is. Now it's supposed to be in real time, but let's be honest, there is a delay on that feature sometimes. I can't say for every dispatching software, but for the ones that we have had in the past, there typically is a delay.
Another good benefit too is that so your client will get a automatic notification as a reminder, like, hey, you have a trip scheduled, transport scheduled for tomorrow morning. This is your pickup time. This is your assigned driver, and also give a description of the vehicle and the time of pickup. So if a member needs to cancel at that time, they can. And it also helps with the reduce of no calls, no shows, because again, your members are getting a reminder about the trip that's scheduled.
That's a really nice. That's a nice feature to have. Yeah.
What else is good about the softwares? This is a great one too. You could do your billing is managed through the softwares as well. So like if you need to submit billing, you can do that electronically as well. It's not paper based. The system will keep a record of all of your...
But sometimes it's not always accurate either, because I know we had that issue in the past too.
Right, of course.
Where it's like a couple cents off or something.
Well, and that's one thing too. When you're submitting billing, you have to make sure that you are checking the rates. But not only that, if you requested for an override, you want to make sure you manually go in and make sure that override is included as well. So there's, there are some little mishaps that you just have to make sure you're thoroughly reviewing before you hit submit. But
yeah. Also with private pay clients, like if you have a private pay client that's calling to schedule, you actually have to go in and manually input them into the system. But having a routing software is very helpful, because if that client happens to be a returning client in the future, all you have to do is search them by name or phone number, and all of their information will pop up, like their address, and also you can specify like what level of service they need, and you can also leave notes in there. So you can leave a note for your driver to see, like if there's any special handling that particular client may need.
That is a good feature as well. I forgot about that. So yeah, those are all great features to have. I think we mentioned.
But there's like I said in the beginning, these are a few of the routing softwares that we have either used or we've heard about. Also, like I said, there's plenty of new dispatching softwares.
The one that's up and coming, Bambi.
Okay, Bambi. Yeah, I know Bambi is coming out with something. I think they said towards the beginning of 2023. So be on the lookout for them.
Yes, and it was one more.
Zenpath. The YouTube podcast we did. I believe they have a routing software coming out as well. But like I said, there's tons. Like we always say, do your research, find out what's out there. I am hoping that we can provide you guys with a live demo of dispatching software. So I'm going to continue to reach out to different software companies to see if we can feature them on our YouTube channel. If you are watching and you have a dispatching software that you would like to share with our viewers, please send us an email so that we can make arrangements.
Yes, we would love to have you on the show.
Right. I am going to include our contact information in the description.
One more thing I forgot to add, which is a really good component of this that we didn't mention.
What?
The cost. So, of course, the cost varies depending on who you decide to, work with. But one thing to keep in mind, the more you grow in that span, the cost will increase. And what I mean by that is,
depending on what plan they select.
Yes, that's true too. That is true. But just keep this in mind. Some of the dispatching software, they don't have a flat fee where they charge you like a certain amount per month. Some charge based on the leg. So what I mean by that, they charge per leg. So how many trips your generator, how many trips you're doing per day, they charge based on that. What was
so if you're doing, like, let's just say you're making $25 on one leg, they're going to take a % of that. So or
it was one that only charged like per trip, it was like 30 cents. Each leg you did, they charged 30 cents.
It ranged between 15 and 30 cents. But you also have the option, like we never went that route. We always just paid the upfront cost, a monthly fee, because you never know how many trips you're gonna do, and like I always say, you want to keep as much money in house as possible, but you just need to see what works best for your operation. So if you feel like if your trips are unpredictable and you don't want to pay that high monthly cost up front, then paying per leg may be the best option for you. So yeah, those are the two options that are generally available. Also, these dispatching companies a lot of them are not mega big companies like you may think, right? They're looking for customers too. So don't be afraid to negotiate.
You can negotiate. Them. That's our favorite word, our favorite term, negotiate, right?
Right. So there may be a special going on.
Promotion.
Ask them, I'm not too sure about your software. Do you mind if I try it 30 days free?
Yep.
Also, I generally like to stay away from contracts. So
Oh my God.
if you can stay,
She will argue her way out of a contract.
I don't like contracts. But I mean, I understand sometimes they are necessary, but I mean, you may want to ask them that as well. Like, okay, if I sign a contract for 6 months to a year,
Right.
will you decrease my monthly rate?
Are you locked in for that contract? If you just, if things are not working well for you, if your business does not generate that many trips, does that mean you're still responsible for paying that monthly bill? So, those are questions you just want to ask before you sign a dotted line and commit to a contract.
And review that contract. Don't just be signing. Make sure you review your contract. And I think that's it. I'm really excited. I really hope that we can get a routing company on so that we can show them a demo of how these things work.
I think that would be good as well, just so they can actually see what it looks like from beginning to end, because it's one thing for us to kind of talk through it and give a overview of it, but it's also nice to just see the different steps, because they do have some amazing tools, and so it'd be good to really walk through and show that information.
For sure. Also, if you guys are interested in, like I said, if you're a small business and you just feel like you don't have the funds to get a routing software at this time, we did mention Google Sheets or Google Calendars. If that's something that you're interested in, I would suggest that you book a 60-minute consultation on our website, and we can walk you through the steps on how we went about utilizing Google Sheets and Google Calendar when we first started.
Yeah, because you know what? We didn't invest in the software when we first started.
And we worked that thing.
And that system worked really well for us. So I think it would be good if you're just starting out. I think that is a great option to consider at least. It's something to look into.
Right. So once again, you guys, like we always say, if you have any questions, comment below.
Yes.
And till next time.
Hi. Ciao, guys.